out doing some photography today, and I have an issue. I wouldn't say I don't have motivation to do photography, because I love photography. Yes, it's relatively new to me. I'm really struggling with knowing what to photograph. And I don't know whether that's me thinking that the Australian countryside or just where I live is boring, because I don't think it is. I think it can be beautiful. These flies are going to drive me insane, but we're going to deal with them. I've always been a creative person, I think. I think it would destroy me if I found out that I wasn't, because I wasn't necessarily the most academically smart at school. I wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I was always more of a creative person. And I think sometimes I forget that photography is a creative medium. And I think I've found myself in kind of a slump where my photography is boring. I don't know whether it is, maybe it isn't, but I'm finding that my photography is boring. Again, I know I'm new to photography, and I know that it takes so long for anybody to come up with their own creative style, especially in a medium like photography where it is so prominent on Instagram and all this kind of stuff, and it is easy to be drawn into sort of what other people like. Like, I'd say my photography is definitely based on the stuff that I see on Instagram, the people that I watch on YouTube, and I definitely haven't found my own style yet. And I think that's frustrating me. I think that my photography just looks like everybody else's. And I can't have that. I really can't have that. I need to be different. I crave to be different. There are definitely ants on this log, and I'm definitely going to get bitten, but we're going to deal with it, okay? So, I guess what I'm trying to say is I need to find my own photographic style. And I've been trying to think of ways to do that. And I think one really good way that recently I've been seeing on YouTube a lot is photography books. So with the photography books, I plan on using them as inspiration. I know that I really don't have a photographic style as of yet, and that's fair enough because I'm only new to photography. But I really want to find my photographic niche, my photographic personality. I'm really excited to delve into these books and find stuff that I really enjoy that maybe I didn't even realize existed in the photography world. You know, this medium can be so artistic. And one of the books specifically that I picked up is called Transformations, The Art of Sonia Pays. And I mean, going through this book, it's gorgeous, by the way. Like, there was no reason for me to find this at an op shop, but I did. And I challenge you, if you're struggling with inspiration, maybe motivation in terms of doing photography, I do recommend picking up some photo books. Like, just looking through them can be so inspirational and so motivating for you to want to get out and take photos like you can see in the books. So this book here by Sonia Pays, who is an Australian artist, Australian photographer, she does, it's kind of mixed medium essentially by the looks of it, going through this book and the little research that I've done on her. Is she seems to do a mixture of photography and digital artwork, as well as some sculptural artwork as well. And going through this book, some of her photography is incredible. And there's stuff in here that I think I'd really enjoy to try and mimic, and I think this is where I'm going to begin. Specifically looking at images such as her Blue City pictures kind of jump out at me a little bit. I understand that obviously the original picture did not look anything like this. I forget that photography doesn't necessarily need to look realistic. You know, you can mess with the colors, you can mess with the composition, you can mess with a whole lot of things to to put your own touch on it. And I think that's what I really like about this. And I think maybe episode 1 of the new series, which is going to be exploring photo books, I think this might be where I start. Icescapes, for example, some of them have been heavily digitally changed, and I don't think I necessarily want to move into that category with, you know, like these block shapes. So, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into her book today, because I do think this will be the first episode, and I'm really excited to explore some of the techniques that she's used for her photography. I picked up a few other books as well, which I don't think I'll necessarily do videos on, but they're photography that I do enjoy, and maybe I can put the spin of Sonia onto these types of photos, for example. So, I mean, I picked up a book called Yorkshire Villages, and I mean, first of all, I love the European countryside. I think it's gorgeous, and I love the photography in this book. It's beautiful. I mean, specifically this photo on page 32 is stunning to me. Like, I do enjoy this type of photography, I really do, but I think putting a spin on it is what is really going to bring out my photographic personality. And the last book that I picked up as well is called Maine 4 Seasons. So Maine in America, and it's the 4 seasons: summer, winter, autumn, spring, and there is some beautiful photography in this as well. And this photo by Charles Laffin is stunning. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the film technique, and maybe I should try some film photography. I don't own a film camera, but maybe I should try, and maybe that would be something else that I could try in the future as well. But I love the colors in this. And if I look at some of the photography that I've taken that I do really like, I definitely have mimicked some of these colors. I think these give me more pastel-y color schemes, and in my Wes Anderson challenge, I did mimic something like this, and I did really enjoy those photos. And I guess to jump back to the art of Sonia Payne's, is some of those photos were zoomed in quite far and you didn't necessarily get the full picture, but they were beautiful, and I don't know, maybe that's my artistic style, who knows, we'll see. But the photos on here, specifically by Charles Laffin, and the photos by Wilma A. Huntley, I think these are just gorgeous. The colors, at least, are really, I think I'd like to mimic these colors. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and I look forward to starting this new series, so keep an eye out for it. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and follow along on this journey that I'm currently taking to maybe pursue photography as a living. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'll see you in the next video.